Why did Baldur say we cost him?
Odin must have convinced him following you to Jotunheim would bring his cure. Lies, I'm sure.
Why did mistletoe break the spell?
Well, we are back. Started off with dialogue. Alright, like fast as shit. So we're gonna head back to Brock's shop so that we can just head to Tyr's temple easily.
Bloody tragic. Baldur was the greatest gift Odin granted Freya. The one thing she treasured from their marriage. She only hoped to spare him pain and spare herself loss. But such impulses can lead good parents to make terribly stupid decisions.
No.
Yeah, I remember when my father and my mother tried to make me immortal. I said, I ain't having any of that shit.
Same here.
Alright, so let's say we go to Jotunheim finally.
So it's pretty much from Brock's place was a shortcut.
Yeah.
Well, if things work according to plan.
We're almost there, boy. Wally World.
Jotunheim and we'll be on our way. Probably.
No, we will.
Hey, what was that? What was that probably? Are we going or not?
So now we can pretty much go to any other realm before we go to Jotunheim.
So this is like end all be all. Point of no return?
I mean, there is post-game stuff, so...
No. I mean, as soon as you go to Jotunheim, can you not go back?
I think you can go back. I
You
never
can.
tried.
I'm pretty sure you can.
But even then, we're at the point now where even the players are like, we finally get to do Jotunheim. Let's see what's here.
Get ready.
Boys ahead.
Right.
It's a tres in Mimir, lad.
Let's hope this doesn't cause you to explode or anything.
What? I hadn't considered that. Maybe we should talk about this a bit more.
Nope, too late. Sorry.
He's like a Norse Wheatley.
Yeah.
That's unpleasant.
Oh, it tastes like cinnamon and metal.
Now, boy.
Here's looking at you.
I miss Helios.
I know, right?
I don't.
Fuck Helios. Helios sucks.
Helios had no personality compared to him.
No.
He was our flashlight.
He
though.
was a glorified god of flashlights.
We must be close.
Well, what are we waiting for? Think it's far?
We will see.
Ah, stairs.
Elliot's greatest weakness.
We don't even have a slinky.
Before we continue. Listen, the last thing you two need up there is a decomposing heat ruin in the moment. Heated? Why don't I wait for you here?
Jinx.
That was almost in unison.
Boy.
True. But if someone were to fight,
lady sips soft, perfect slosher.
Oh, fuck. How'd you guys get here?
Done did.
They have the realm between the realms.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We had to see this.
Thank you for coming and doing nothing.
Oh, no. No. Ah, fine, damn it. Fine.
watch the head till we return.
I can do this. No, I can't.
Okay. Now you come with me. I gotta take a shit.
We can't have comic relief in this serious moment. Shoo out the clowns.
Oh.
No.
Oh. Thanks for that image,
He's gonna
Brock.
fuck that head.
A portable glory hole.
Yeah.
A flashlight, actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mimir, and I'm pretty sure in some other language means flashlight.
So much stairs. I
Boy,
can't even
it's
see the
bright.
door anymore.
It's almost like we're going back to the Mount Olympus.
Click.
Yeah. And here we are, the realm of the giants.
We're on the giant's fingers. I can
The
see
giant's
the eyes peek
fingers.
ahead. Right over there.
The fingers, they move. What do they do? Son of a bitch!
Is that what this entire game's about? One giant gotcha moment.
Oh my god.
We finally made it.
What are you doing?
I have nothing more to hide.
that, and they're getting kind of bloody.
They've been getting bloody for years. Bye, Kratos.
Oh God, these arms stink.
You go now?
I like Atreus' moment there. Like, yeah, Dad.
Don't ruin my moment.
Boy.
Boy,
I miss the gloves though.
Yeah, it's really weird seeing Kratos barehanded
Like
that.
bare hands, is like just weird.
Yeah, I know.
carry her.
Honestly, I'm surprised they survived this long with how much shit we've been through.
Right.
Carrier.
Whoop! Conk.
Oh, the sack is empty.
Well, they do get thrown around a lot.
Yeah.
That would have been a real pain in the ass mechanic to worry about, though. Make sure the freaking ashes are intact.
You have to collect every piece of ash that falls.
Boy,
Oh shit! No.
It's nothing. I just thought I'd hear voices by now.
Kind of weird not seeing Mimir on his back.
He doesn't belong here.
Hello? Anybody here?
Ooh!
what is this place?
Nobody here but those
Someone
giants.
through here when they left Midgard. What was left of them?
So these are the things you can just observe.
Ruining
Yeah.
everything for everybody.
Owen ruined everything for everybody. A guide to Northsmith.
That sounds familiar. Zeus!
No, Zeus fucked everything. A
Same-
guide to Greek
same thing.
myth.
No, Zeus literally fucked everything.
Yeah.
Odin just fucked everything up. There is a difference.
What happened to them? Why'd Mom send us here?
One question is answered, and two more take its place.
Kingdom Hearts in a nutshell.
Oh, fuck.
Father,
Please don't touch anything.
happening?
The walls don't feel too good.
It's your axe.
Mine looks better.
It's Mother.
It's mother with my axe.
She's arguing with a bunch of giants.
I'm not wearing a gold dress.
She
Unless the stats are good.
knew
Yeah.
giants?
Yeah, what the fucking best armor in the game is Gritty from the Flyers.
Fuck!
First time we met the world serpent. But how?
And this game does have
And our fight with Baldur.
the other Easter egg costumes, right? I think this game has God of War.
I don't know, to be honest.
I haven't checked that either. So we're finding out now that everything that we've done in this game was all prophetic. Everything we've done before is up to here.
Mountain,
It was foretold, yeah.
the stone mason.
The dwarves.
Drawings.
Yeah.
Oh, he's doing the thing with the head!
This is your story.
But
We're
what
both
does it all
here.
mean?
That I was not the only parent with secrets.
Oh dear. And apparently my wife was a giant.
Also, nobody knew how to draw hair. Everybody's bald in these murals.
Well, I'm bald, so, you know.
That makes sense, sure.
I'm a giant.
I mean, partly.
You're half god, half giant.
What a frost giant.
Yeah, your wife was a giant.
Tell us.
That's right, Kratos. You stuck it in a giant.
She sent us here, knowing we would find this.
But why not just tell us the truth?
Your mother would have had good reasons.
I guess it's up to to find out what those reasons
Baldur
are.
was never sent to find me. He was tracking her all along, not knowing she was only ashes.
If she had a plan for us, I trust it. Whatever it is. Besides, she hasn't been wrong yet. Come on. We're so close to the end now.
So again, I'm not too up on Norse mythology and all that. But what is the relevancy of him being a giant?
No, that's a
What does it
God
mean?
of War thing here, not necessarily a him thing. In other words, that just reveals that his mother was a giant, and that he himself is part giant.
Okay.
Meaning that Jotunheim is also part of his legacy as well. It's apparently pretty much his Last of the Giants now, sort of thing. And there was also that mural we just saw underneath the carpentry there.
Tapestry.
Tapestry, sorry.
Tap pastry.
Mother.
Tapestry.
Yeah.
She was here. She saw every step we took before we took it. Like she was always with us.
Just like that Sting
Watching
song.
over us.
Every step
Leading us
you
home.
take.
That song's actually about a stalker.
I know, right?
So is that to say that the ashes were the stalker?
Nah. But the thing about music, though, is that once it leaves the artist, it then becomes open to interpretation, and fans, in some instances, can change how a song means. It happened with Pearl Jam and I'm Alive.
How so?
Pearl Jam's song "I'm Alive" is about a man lamenting that all the tragedies that happened to him, and yet he's still alive. Like, great, now I got to deal with I got to deal with the misery of all the pain that happened to me.
Yeah.
But fans took it as a means of, despite all that happened to me, I'm still going to keep going. I'm still going to be strong, which moved the lead songwriter so much that he actually interpreted the change of the song himself.
That's pretty cool.
Together.
Billy Vallo mentioned that as well, was regarding his Infernal Majesty. He always leaves some of the songs vague because a part of the power of music is if you can insert yourself into the song, whatever makes it true is true. Therefore, that's why all of his songs are vague, so that the audience can hopefully try to insert themselves into a part of the song and make it resonate with them, and then they can change the meaning of the song to what they want it to be.
I feel you. You know, actually, it sounds hokey as shit, but I kind of like to do that with one of the Steven Universe songs, Comet. I love Comet.
Yeah.
Comet song.
Yeah.
I love that song because I think it actually does speak to me on what he's trying to do with his life.
I kind of wish we just threw the thing over the cliff as opposed to like dumping it out like this. Because I was like, okay, here goes our limbs, here goes our lungs,
Oh, that's a toe.
and that's a lot of corpses.
So those are all the giants.
Goodbye, Faye.
I love you, Mom.
I did too.
I loved
Biblically.
it more than you did.
They really are all gone.
Oh no, you're
Still
around.
here.
There's nothing for us here.
Come.
So, I get that Mother was a giant, which makes me part giant and part god.
And for
Yeah.
mortal.
You're a giant
And
god.
part mortal.
He's three things.
You're just a cocktail of things.
There's just one thing I don't understand. My name on the wall. The giants called me Loki?
Oof.
Uh-oh.
Oof. All of the oofs.
God of mischief.
That's the name your mother wanted for you when you were born. She must have
I
called
thought
that
it
to
was
the
stupid.
people.
But why?
A question for another day. Let us go home.
That pretty much means his destiny is now set in stone because Loki is, as you know, the brother of Thor,
God of mischief.
who also bores a son, Fenrir, who is responsible for devouring Odin come time of Ragnarok.
Did you know it was gonna be like this here?
And his son was, I think I just said it was Fenrir.
Did you
Yeah.
want us to tell the people, or keep it a secret?
I do not know.
So what should we do?
I trust you to decide that.
Oh,
Crap.
Damn it.
why'd you want to name me Atreus? I know it can't be for a god.
No. He was a soldier. A Spartan.
The great warrior?
All Spartans are great warriors. We trained from birth. Our lives were discipline, duty, battle, and death. Life was grim, and we greeted it grimly. But Atreus of Sparta was unlike the rest of us. He wore a smile even in the worst of times.
Spartan smiled?
Yeah, Kratos smiled when he was ripping apart gods.
No, he smiled once in God of War Ascension.
I haven't played that. I want to know.
Goodness.
Was Atreus the one that we met
When
in
the day came for him to lay down his
the
life
older
in the
games?
battle,
His brother?
I saved countless.
Is that what his name? Is that his brother's name was Atreus? I thought
No.
it was no.
Carried him home
If anything, Kratos could just be telling a story.
custom. His memory was a comfort in dark times.
Wow, you actually told a good story.
There you go.
What the hell does that mean?
Well, it means you sucked at storytelling, and now you've gotten better at it because you can actually let go of the massive stick up your ass.
So what do you say we go home, guys?
No, we're already
Bet
on the
there's
way
still
over there.
some corrupted Valkyries out there that could be set free. Some other help people. Maybe helping people is part of why Mom sent us out here too.
I.e., you're not done the game, bitch.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right. Because when I did this, I don't think he mentioned the Valkyries.
Because you already did it before doing
Yeah.
this? Okay.
I did damn near everything before doing this. The only thing I'm missing are like a few treasures here and there.
Is this a game that has like a different complete ending?
No,
Like if you do everything?
no. But I like to. But I don't like leaving things half done like that.
Reached my limit for dwarven charm.
What happened, Mimir?
They took an uncomfortable number of measurements and then proceeded to bicker about the weather.
Where do you want us to take you?
How about the warm confines of anywhere bloody else?
You could,
I missed your ass.
you could come home with us. How does that feel? Continue exploring. I don't want to. Well, the Valkyries are revealed now.
Okay. So
That's another thing too. I never seen that either because I knocked out all 9 of them.
oh, cool. They just give you the locations of pretty much all of them from the
Yeah.
get-go.
There's also one in Helheim.
There's New Game Plus. Okay.
Well,
Alright.
I think you're gonna show off the one last thing, right?
What?
You're gonna show off the other thing too, right? Back at your home.
Yeah, we got to go home.
Yeah. Plus, we can take the door to in Brock's shop to get home.
God, I should warn you. More time has passed than you want to realise. The snowfall that began when you slew Balder has become something else. The stuff of omens.
For the coming of winter.
Not just any winter, but a great winter to span 3 summers. And when it's done, Ragnarok begins.
Oh boy.
Rock from snow.
Aye.
The end of the world.
Lots more.
Oh, shucks.
And then the end of the bloody world. In that approximate order.
Another prophecy.
No, brother. Prophecy doesn't expect this for 100 more winters at least. You've changed.
I'm telling you, it's Fimble winter. I can feel it in my stomach.
That's gross.
Saying that. Oh, you're making me very nervous.
Oh, we can't take it.
Bound to snow sooner or
You
later.
should be able to take it.
It won't let us.
So we inadvertently caused Ragnarok?
By fucking with the time stream, I guess, most likely. Probably because when we slew Thor's sons, Thor's now going to take more of a proactive measurement against us, which is now going to accelerate a conflict between him and Loki.
Feel it in my screw.
Yeah,
That's gross, Brock.
we heard.
So if you're heading home, try to keep moving, and also to not die.
That's important, no?
Not heading home. Same advice.
Now you
Okay,
can
now
take
we can go home. We were just in conflict. Well, talking.
In conflict.
Far Cry 5.
verbal conflict.
All right, let's go home, guys.
So that's something that's not resolved in this game at all. Like
No.
the coming of Ragnarok.
No, that's the sequel hook for part 2.
This okay, that's kind of what I figured.
Unity Stone, didn't it? I wanted to fly again.
Yes, that's a terrible pity.
Okay, tell me again how Odin knew we were going to Jotunheim before we did.
Odin is extremely clever, you see. Nearly as clever as he thinks he is. And he's a collector of prophecies. If it's about the future, he adds it to his collection. Helps him style himself as all-seeing and all-knowing. But of course, the idea is control. Control of the future, control of his fate. He'd control every
Knowledge is
realm
power.
of everyone.
In reality, that could paint a lighter shade on Odin's actions. While being a dickhead, he's also well aware of the future that he's going to be eaten alive at Ragnarok. So it's like, maybe I can avoid that.
How he knew before you did. It's important that he was right.
There's a door.
And you just went right past it.
Fuck. Home sweet home.
Feels like a lifetime ago.
It's a right improvement over having tea bark in your tadger.
Now I want to play Final Fantasy V again.
Time to rest.
I'm gonna sleep through winter.
After we fixed the hole in the roof.
Oh, we got a long day ahead of us.
Okay, this'll do.
Ouch!
Sleep.
Way ahead of you.
He's sleeping on the head.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Jump cut. Atreus is no worse
Yeah,
for
I mean,
They,
yeah, it's
they
like-
literally slept through winters. Oh fuck! Who the fuck? Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, hey, Thor.
Thor.
Now it's Van Helsing.
Oh, man.
You're not Chris Hemsworth. Oh, fuck.
He attacks your battery then, Kratos.
That'd be a weird ass boss strategy.
Actually attacks your console.
Wouldn't be the first game to do it.
lose your life. The console hard locks.
Fuck. So that's God of War.
Oh man, the sequel hooks of all sequel hooks.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed this game, straight up.
Yeah.
I really just need to sit down and play it for myself. But at this point, I'm probably gonna play Spider-Man before I do that. But this is quite a hefty adventure. This is easily the longest God of War.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm actually curious because from this playthrough, I've seen LA pretty much rock a strength build. I'm actually kind of see how far I can get with the runic and cooldown build, just to get more of a
Yeah, you usually play.
magical elements.
You just usually play Magic.
Yeah, I like. Well, it depends because Dark Souls, I want a strength build,
Yeah.
and that got me through a lot actually. But I also like to use magic attacks when I can, so I'm actually curious to see how far I can get with the runic and cooldown build
Yeah.
to see how far I can go. What kind of build did you have, man?
Pretty much the same thing Elliot went through. Strength, vitality, runic. I was all out offensive with a bit of luck. The only thing I neglected was my cooldown.
Yeah. So you can use abilities, but you can't use them often.
Right.
I mean, I convinced this looks like a fantastic entry, and I definitely want to give it a shot myself in time. But what do you guys think?
I still love it to this day. Like,
Yeah.
it was actually the first God of War I can actually sit down and enjoy. The combat, while a step down from God of War, ultimately didn't feel as brainless or actually had to really relatively think about it instead of aiming for higher numbers and kill counts.
Well, it's interesting how you phrase that. You say it's a step down, but not as brainless. So how does it?
In other words-
what do you look for?
Well, in this case here, yeah, it wasn't as like. Let me put it to you like this: the other God of War games probably offered more in terms of how you can rip up your enemies apart.
Yeah.
But in comparison to that, though, I had to actually think and dodge in this one as opposed to the original one where I could just muscle my way through everything with all the sorts of attacks I had.
So you
Yeah,
had
there's not as much variety in it, but at the same time, I felt like I actually had a say in the combat rather than just going into automated.
I would say the variety's still there. It's whether or not it's effective. You know, because if an attack's not effective or it's not as effective as this or that, there's no point in using it over this or that. So, and that's a risk you take when it comes to these kind of games, because if something is clearly better than the other attacks, why use the other attacks? But from what I've seen, God of War kind of manages to balance that.
Right.
What about you, Elliot?
Like, I honestly think this is like the best God of War game to come out.
Really?
Yeah, of all honesty, it's up like it's. I think it's the top game, but just below it is God of War 3.
I did miss. A part of me did miss the platforming and puzzle elements.
Yeah.
Of the other games. Like, there was definitely no platforming in this game whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like, it was essentially Last of Us God of War edition.
Right. Then
was.
again, I didn't care much for the platforming back then either.
Oh yeah, because I mean, let's be real. The that stuff, and especially the first game, was kind of herky jerk.
It wasn't
Yeah.
not even a herky jerk. It was just a matter of, I'm playing a beat 'em up. The platforming is getting in the way of the beat 'em up.
No, but I like floating with the Icarus wings and swinging on chains and going from traveling in destinations that way and going down really long loading corridors.
Right.
But no, this was definitely a slower, more methodical God of War that wanted to tell its story more than anything else.
Yeah.
That's what I looked for.
Yeah.
like it was showing that Kratos is getting older, and I think the game perfectly reflected it with how it was compared to the other games.
Older, I think, is not so much the thing. Wiser,
Yeah.
I think, is more accurate because he's pretty much immortal, so age is irrelevant. Also, I'm guessing Atreus is, slow growing as well because he looks literally no different.
Yeah.
Years later.
Well, God's probably age shorter than we do.
Yeah.
Like they literally slept through winters.
All right. Well, I mean, is there a post-credit scene? Kratos gets initiated into the Avengers.
Does he?
Is there a post-credit scene?
I don't know. Present day.
Oh, this is before.
Are you ready?
Yeah, but I had the weirdest dream. Fimbulwinter was ending, and Thor came for me
Ah!
here at the house.
It was only a dream.
But it felt different. It felt real. It felt like
Thor's still out there. I was like, "What's up, man?"
Don't worry about it tomorrow. Today, there are still things we can do. Come.
So there we go.
And this is pretty much,
So that whole thing apparently was just a dream.
dream. It's
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen later.
Yeah, we already know it's gonna
In
happen.
God of War 2. Wait a minute. I mean,
Technically, God of War 5.
well, what would the sequel be? Before we end this, what would the sequel of this be called? You can't call it God of War 2.
I feel like they'll give it a subtitle.
God of War.
I can't think of anything.
I feel like they're just gonna give it a subtitle.
Or God of War Episode 2.
Yeah.
Episode.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I mean, it is an ongoing chronology.
Season 2.
Yeah. Season 2. Oh my God. All right. Well, that's the end of the God of War playthrough thing. We want to thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for joining us in this long adventure. It's definitely one of the longest LPs we've done for God of War specifically. Well, it's the longest.
Yeah.
Easily. But it's been quite an adventure. I very much enjoyed going through this, and I definitely want to play the game myself now. And mission accomplished.
Yes.
Because that's what a game should do. It should make me interested in playing it. And I have nothing else to say. If it's your fucking Let's Play, you do the outro.
Well, thank you guys for joining us for God of War 2018 or God of War 4, whichever one you want to call it. With that said, I'm Elliot.
I'm Johnny.
I'm Matt.
And we're the Super Gaming Brothers. Thank you guys for joining us, and take care.
Hey, wait, what are you doing next after this?
I don't know.
But you can find out what we did previously by clicking on the More LPs button right down the right.
If you've seen this part without watching the last part, it's on the left side. Now get out of here.